Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I have a video for you. I am working in my memory planner. This will be the first full week of January. I have my pictures all printed out. It was a snowy week around here, so I have a snow stencil pulled out, ready to work on my page, and I'm super excited to kind of do a bright colored snow winter page. So we will see how that works out. I will link all of the supplies that I end up using down below in the description box if you're interested in checking those out. Otherwise, I'll put you guys on fast forward. Let's go. So I have a squad mate named Amy, and she has an Instagram handle, Amy Plans Things, and also has a YouTube. And she actually uses distress oxides and distress inks all of the time in her planner. She does all kinds of beautiful blending, and it was a good reminder to me that it's a great way to bring in some customization to your planner spreads, including your memory planning spreads, without adding a ton of bulk. And so I have, this is one of my favorite stencils. It is a snowflake stencil from the Crafters Workshop. And I'm going to use some blues and some pinks to add some really bright, big snowflakes in the background of this page. And the idea is that I wanted it to be bright colors. It was a snowy week. We got almost a foot of snow in the Northern Virginia area. It was crazy. My kids had the whole week off of school, just all kinds of craziness. But I didn't want it to necessarily feel like a blue and white snow spread. I like color. I wanted it to be some bright colors, and so I went with this picked raspberry and then a couple of different blues. I think this is faded jeans, and then I go with chipped sapphire as well, just to give some dimensions to the blues. And actually in the end I end up picking up some of the Dusty Concord, which is a purple as well, just to incorporate some more color. And I like how this is really going to set the stage, and I won't have to add a whole lot besides the stenciling. I'm mixing it up, overlapping these snowflakes, and it's bringing in a lot of color and flair. This definitely has me thinking of ways that I might be able to use stenciling in my regular planner spreads. There's no reason we can't incorporate all kinds of craft supplies into our planners, into our memory planners. There's no rules that you have to stick with just stickers or just pens. You can change it up, and if you are someone like me that has a lot of different interests in different kinds of crafts, you might have a lot of supplies that you can pull in different ways. So I'm kind of keeping the upper part of this open and kind of focusing on doing the snowflakes around the edges. I will have, of course, a lot of different pictures. I'll be wanting to keep some places for writing, just so I can journal what happened that particular week, tell the stories of what's going on. And I always like to include that writing just to make sure that I remember, because sometimes we think, oh, we'll always remember that time we got a foot of snow, but will I remember? Will I remember what it was like? Will I remember how excited the kids were? All of that business. So I want to make sure to get those memories down on paper. All right, almost done. The last few little snowflakes, like I said, I just wanted to bring in a little bit of purple. And you can see it's not a typical winter color scheme, but again, I like it. Bright colors and distress oxides, I'll take it any time. So getting that last little part out, and then I'm gonna start going through my pictures. So I have a pretty good amount of pictures. When you get 12 inches of snow, you're definitely gonna take some pictures. I have pictures of me and all the kids cuddling, doing snow angels, all that wonderful stuff. Plus my boys spent time creating their derby cars during this particular week. So that made a big impact as well. It is always tricky remembering to keep spots for journaling when I have so many pictures and so much going on in a week, but you'll see after I start matting the pictures, I kind of rearrange and create some more journaling. I find when I can condense the spaces more, meaning instead of having 3 separate boxes, putting all those boxes together, I actually can have more room to write. So I have 3 different papers that I'm using. I'm going to do all my pictures that are kind of in the middle with this kind of light blue background that reminds me of snow. The reverse side of this page is actually florals, and it's a beautiful color scheme with some blues and some purples that I will use. When you're matting the pictures, you actually don't end up with a lot of the design, you just end up with hints of those colors. And so that's what I'm bringing in with my pictures that are all the way over on the right. And then on the left, I'm using this light pink. It looks kind of like ledger paper, and it's a light pink, and that is going to go with my pictures on the right. And I decided grouping them like this instead of spreading out these colors all over the page, kind of grouped some different parts of the week together, which I liked a lot. The next step is, of course, getting the pictures down on the page. And some of them I decide to do a little bit wonky, some of them straight. And you'll see as I work that I am kind of condensing the pictures in different areas to give me some more room to write. And that's something that I've kind of learned as I've gone through this memory planning journey, is that I can overlap some pictures and still get the idea of what was going on. And you can see now I have a more consolidated room to write there in the middle. So just moving things around. I'll divide up the writing a little bit more on the right side of the spread just because they were kind of separate incidents, but I decided on the left side I could kind of sum up the whole week of snow in that one little box. I love adding puffy stickers, and I know some people don't like it because it does add a little bit of bulk to your planner, but my memory planners usually I end up having to divide up by 6-month time groupings anyway, if that makes sense. So 6 months at a time in a memory planner, and then I kind of put the next 6 months in a different planner just because I add a lot of bulk with pictures and paper, and so I know that that's going to happen. I'm actually using some puffy stickers. Some are Maggie Holmes, some I think are the Keep It Simple line, or maybe from Hip Kit Club. I'm not sure. I know some are from Maggie Holmes. And I love phrases, I love words, and I just embrace that on my page and keep them in there. And these are actually intended for like spring, summer, but I think they go really well. The colors go well with what I'm doing here in the winter, and then I'll bring in some black, and of course black goes with almost any spread, and as long as you're not using the actual word summer, then it really kind of goes. So like live, love, laugh, that's perfect for the 3 pictures of me and my kiddos there enjoying this snowy weather. And I'm sure there are a lot of people that think I probably go overboard on the number of phrases and things I use on my pages, and I'm just not going to apologize for that because I love them. I love having those words and phrases, and so I'll always continue to have those because it really fits my style. The last thing I'm going to do after I get all of these phrases on would be to draw lines for my journaling. I always draw in lines just because I don't trust myself to write straight, and then I will do my journaling off camera. And that is going to be it for this memory planning spread. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I have linked all of these supplies that I used down in the description box below, so feel free to check those out if you're interested. I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you are interested in finding out about some of the perks that you can get over on Patreon, then make sure to check out the link in the description box. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.